Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at a number of train games I found on Steam that potentially will be coming out in the near or far future. Now the first one, or the first page you're on, is a game called Metroland. Become a transport tycoon, 1900s London that spanned transport lines, housing and businesses to fund your transport empire. It's a building game. It's the one I'm most excited about. You've by their own admission, looking at it, it's based on the real-world Metropolitan Railway, which that company was made started in the 1850s, and it was the first underground railway in the world. It started between Paddington and Farringdon, but they wanted to expand, and they didn't want to just be an underground railway. They wanted to be a proper full-grown railway, so they expanded out into the suburbs. One way they did that, well, a thing what railway companies were allowed to do is they were allowed to buy land in order to build their lines. And so the companies were then meant to sell their land afterwards, but this company didn't, not always. In fact, it then built on the land to create new suburbs. Now this is what this game's pretty much doing, I think. So you build your line, hopefully you possibly build the houses, and people will move in and you're going to make or lose money based on that. If we look at some of the screenshots, it looks nice, doesn't it? So this one could potentially be the best of the bunch, but it also could be the worst of the bunch, because this is, if you'd imagine, let's look at a train simulator game, for instance, trains, for instance. Look at all the routes on there. Majority of them are in the countryside, because there's not too many things going on in the countryside. The more assets you've got on the screen, the slower your game runs. Now, this game is supposedly in London, so I don't know how much of London you have access to, or if you just got the outskirts of it. But that would be, if you're starting in what is already a city, there's a lot going on, and that could be, so it could be the game's downfall, but it also could be the game's amazing feat. I don't know, it depends how they program this. So it's going to be the most interesting, I think. This is a bit worrying though. If you look at the arrows here, they're obviously driving on the right. The car though, you can see the blue arrow there. So I think what we can take for this, these are creating routes. You can create a route, a bit like Transport Fever. And the arrows, maybe not on all the time, maybe when you've got a certain button press perhaps, will actually then show the routes. So that one's running on the left, but they've set this one to the right. I hope that's not the only way it can run, and that's just been set incorrectly. It's got a day-night cycle. It's very nice. So yes, it's the one I'm probably most excited about. We haven't got a price for it yet. It's certainly added to my wish list. And if we get any more news, I'll certainly share that with you. There is a Discord and a website. There's not much on it at the moment. They're certainly sharing stuff on the... Yeah, let's continue. So Metroland and what it is. So there's not much about it right now, but there's a lot of potential, I think, here. So the next one is called Public Transport Simulator. Now, the downside, its publisher's Playway SA. We'll mention that in a moment. I'm a bit worried. Will this game ever come out? Yes. So it's a bit like that train station fixing game I forget the name of. First of all, where you start off in this area, you fix everything up, and then whereas on the train station game, that was pretty much it. You just fixed it and then you went to the next station. It seems, if I can fast forward this, the fun part, you can hire people to actually run it, and you can actually get on and supposedly drive it yourself as well. So it looks like we've got buses and we have trams on this one. So this could be a good game. Now, again, we're going to go to the end one here. So look, this is Playway, the publisher. Now, if we go to the end page here, this is the one why I'm dubious, because this one's published by Playway, and I'm not adding this onto the list. It could have been, because look, it's, you make your own train set. It's great. But this one's been on Steam, stuck like this, but to be announced for about a year. So, and they did a nice film for this one as well. But it's not ever got any further than that. So, yes, whether this one actually ever comes out, again, I'm hoping this one comes out. Whether this one comes out, I don't know. This one, I thought I'd mention it. I come across it. It's a top-down game. It's quite interesting as well. It's not actually isometric. I would have thought it would be, because that's the trend at the moment, isn't it, when you get the top-down games. It's a game about building automated railroads and industry in a world governed by an opponent? AI. Oh, right, so we've got AI in it. That's what it's trying to tell me. I can't read, can I? Manage production and traffic to unlock more trains, factories and advanced gameplay features. It looks quite basic. I don't know what this is going to be. We'll have to see, won't we? So next one looks like it's a driving game to me. This one looks quite nice. It's called Railroader Short Line Operations. So it looks like a nice game. Day-night cycle. Looks like you get to couple, decouple. I think it's a multiplayer game. You also have some map which shows you where you are, where you're going. Not entirely sure if you actually choose the jobs you do, or if you're just set along a certain route. But yeah, this could be a nice looking game. Yeah, I found this one a while ago. Again, it's been sitting on Steam for a while. It's not actually progressed. This is called Railroad Engineer. A little bit more basic looking, but this one you build. You tend to find normally they are a bit more basic when you're building stuff, because then you can actually, you're not using too much of the horsepower of the PC to build things. You can build more things. So why I'm actually aware of that Metroland game, because it's if you're building and the graphics are really nice. If we look at Transport Fever, that's taken a few iterations to get as good as it is. So we're just going to have to see how this one actually is. And if it ever does actually come out. As I say, I think it's been about 6 months since I put this one to my wish list. Right, the next one. Well, it's a big game, this one. Railroad Corporation 2. Now, I like the look of this one. I never played the first one on the channel. But this one looks a lot nicer again, much closer to Transport Fever. The graphics. Again, these are still early graphics as well. It has to be said that more improvements can, but you got snow, all different train types there. Don't like that bridge. But we haven't got prices for any of these games yet, and again, we don't have release dates for any of these games yet. But, you know, these are potentially new games for us to play, and I applaud that. But I think that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to show you what I've got on my wish list right now. Lots of train game coming out. I think, as I said, this one is probably the one I'm most looking forward to. Late 22, who knows, it might slip to 23. We'll have to see. It's a lot. It looks like there's a lot to be done. There would be a lot to be done to build this game. But well, good luck to them. Tell me your thoughts. What do you think? Are you looking forward to any of these games? And well, anyway, that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, press the like button. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Press that ding dong bell button. You know what it does. See you next time. Bye.